Right, good evening. We've got a seminar coming up on Hojo-Jitsu with Sensei Teramakana, and I just thought I'd give you a little bit of a sample of some Hojo-Jitsu just to whet your appetite, just for interest. Now, Hojo-Jitsu is the art of tying. Specifically, we're talking about Kuru martial arts, old style martial arts, and talking about tying up a samurai. So a few aspects of this that I want to cover. The first thing is your fundamentals. So my dogi, of course, the left side always wraps over the right, for a number of reasons. And one of the reasons is, of course, all Japanese martial artists are right-handed. I reach inside my lapel, and I've got here a sageo. This is a sword wrap. So what I'm going to do is show you the knot I'm ultimately going to end up using, and do a couple of other. I'm going to leave this nice and loose, wrapped around my thumbs, and all I'm doing here is just, I'm going to, have you zoomed in there? Yeah. So all I'm doing here is just switching so as the rope hangs loosely. And all I'm going to do is reach and grab, and as I separate my hands, I've got here a butterfly knot or a handcuff knot. So kind of like all those wrists. There is your entry level knot. Now that in itself is actually pretty loose. You'll find you can separate his wrists, but what I can do is double it up, take one wrist, thread, both, and then you should find that much harder to separate, you've got much more control here. That obviously is not a complete technique, I'm just introducing a principle here. So what I'm going to do is this, I'll show you how to tie a taske. Now a taske is how you tie up loose sleeves. And one end goes in mouth, under sleeve, around the back, under the sleeve, here, and then here we just tie a bow. And yeah, as I say, we use this for pulling our sleeves up out the way because we don't want things caught in our sleeves, or indeed, I don't want my sleeves dropping in my sake. So what I want to do now to put my Hojo-Jitsu together is I need colour on the floor, ideally face down. Number of different ways I can do that. If you'd like to come here, I think, Callum, so as the camera can see me. What I'm going to do is the technique I did a couple of weeks ago, with a little bit more detail. I'm not going to give you every part of it, because, you know, if you want to learn all these intricacies, you've got to come train with us, but I'll give you a bit more of it. So, Callum will throw me a hook punch, to which I'm going to enter to the inside triangle, covering my head. It's a flinch response. My stance gives me striking options. Now I'm going to be stepping through here. Now the crucial thing is when I step underneath, unlike some martial arts, I always keep something here. If I just step under without this, then I know it's going to happen. So whenever I step under, I always put in a rising elbow. Filipino arts will think of this as scissoring or gunting. The reason I do this is now if he tries to pull me into a choke, I've got control. And as I step through, I'll be coming out. My movement as I step through, I will come up and I will turn, and I'm going to be dropping both arms together, pulling down through my back. So the movement will look something like that. Okay, a smart downward movement as I drop, twist both arms. The crucial contact point is my elbow goes up under here, and as we come out of it, you'll find my forearm just above the elbow under a control point, and I'm going to be doing that with a lot of movement, and this is how I'll be planting him face down. So here, as I come through, straight down. Okay, from here, I've got control. Now what I'm going to do is place his arm in the crook of my elbow, not unlike Aikido's Nikio. From here, release my taske. Because I've got this arm locked up, I'm in a position to tie my butterfly knot, which I'll cock up right there. Tie my butterfly knot right here. Flip over his hand. Both ends. And here you can see how I'm getting control. The 21st century approximation of this, I would think, would be handcuffing. What I learned from a handcuffing course last year was really the approach to it. I think that's a lot of what we do get from Hojo-Jitsu, is how we approach the position, making sure that we have control here. Okay, whilst I'm here, I've still got all-round vision and the time to tie this. I've also got things like my Gedan Barai. Okay, as I stand up, I've still got all-round vision, still got awareness, and I've still got my Sageo. So there's a lot to that video, a few different parts to it. We've got the knot, we've got the tascape, we've got the takedown, I've got the tying on the floor. I hope that is of interest. It's a long video, it's different, but I think very, very interesting. So yeah, thank you. Callum.